All right, welcome. I'm here to play a brand new game for me, but it's a game that's been out for quite a while, and it is pretty popular. It is pretty popular, I think, also as how I'm going to play it as a solo game. It's Spirit Island, and I have read the rules. I've got most of the setup done here. This is my first time playing, so I'm playing with two of the easier spirits, to the recommended spirits. I'm not going to play with the recommended power progression thing. I do want to get random powers from the decks over here, but one thing that I'm going to do is I'm not playing with, since this is my first time, not playing with a scenario or an adversary, I think they're called, and I'm not playing with a special blight card. So I've just set it up to have the basic blight as it's mentioned on the board here. I've got a little bit of setup left to do. I have to set up this Explorer deck, shuffle this up, and pull one of these, each of these levels of cards out. So that's the 3. When this game initially came out, I did want to play it, and I wasn't even aware that there was a solo version. I've been finding more and more of these cooperative games that you can play solo as an interesting thing to do, and more of these, you know, this is not a like campaign dungeon type crawl co-op game. It's more of a Euro-y kind of game, and I don't know if you've been looking at my channel at all. Right now, the most videos that I have are from Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion, which is a co-op campaign style game, but I really got into the hobby on Euro games, and I've only recently started playing co-op campaign games, even though I own a lot of co-op campaign style games. Just never had the time or the game group that I used to play with down in, when I used to live in Southern California, we played a lot of non-campaign games, and we played a lot of new games. So I have quite a few of them in my collection, and I'm hoping to get through even some of the older ones here on the channel. Kind of one of the goals of the channel is to get through my shelf of shame of games. Okay, so to set the fear deck, I think I got to put 3 down, and then the terror level 3 card on top of it, and then 3 more terror level 2, and then 3 more on top of that, and put the rest out of the game. If you do have any comments on any rules, or I'd also be interested to see comments down below on this video of other spirits that you think I should try, or if you have any strategy tips for Spirit Island. I really appreciate those kind of comments, and obviously since this is my first time playing through, I'm going to get some rules wrong and probably miss some things. So having those kind of comments actually helps me to learn the rules as well. So I've got all the stuff on the board over here I think that I need for setup, except for the flipping of the first Explorer card. So I think that's just the last thing to do. So we've gotten mountains. So I'll take some Explorers, and I think the way that this is set up is this initial one, there's always going to be something close enough for them to explore to, but just to go through it. That mountains they'll explore because there's a piece adjacent to it there, plus it's next to the coast. These mountains here, there's a town next to it. These mountains over here, there's the coast and the city, and these mountains, there's just a town in the mountains. So they're gonna build in those mountains first. I think that's it for setup. Just double check real quick. I really like this rule book. There was a lot of repetition in the rule book where they have like concepts in the actual rules parts, and then they had these little sidebar things on some of these pages that just reinforced some of the rules. I thought it was a fairly easy rule book to wade through and to read. Edit player set up already. Invader starting action is the revealing the top card of the Invader deck, and then it goes face up in the build section. So I think we just go straight to the Spirit phase. So I'm playing River Surges in Sunlight and Lightning's Swift Strike. So Lightning's Swift Strike is going to help make slow powers fast, even innate powers. And River Surges in Sunlight, any presence I have in wetlands, like this one, with just one disc, counts as a sacred site. So I need to do my growth first. Right, so growth first. And I think I'm going to do the add a presence, and I'll add a presence from each row. And it's one range from other presence. I think I'm going to go, I'll go there and then there. So now I have a sacred site here as well. And then over here, for adding presence, I might want to start, I mean, this mountain here I should probably take care of because they're going to make a city. And I'm already within range 1 though, and a lot of my powers here are range 1 of presence. I have an innate power, but to get that innate power out, I'll have to play 3 cards. Yeah, but okay, so putting that presence down, I can play 3 cards. Because what I'm thinking about doing is doing this growth over here. And I do have some scenes set up here, so I'm thinking about doing this growth over here, adding another presence and gaining some energy. And I want to be able to play 3 cards so I can destroy a town with this innate power. Will I have enough energy? I'll get 3 energy from there, so I'll have 4 energy. This one is a damage to each invader. That costs 3 energy. Will I even have enough energy to play 3 cards? This one destroys a town on its own. Target spirit may use up to 2 slow powers as if they were fast powers. I could play that to make powers over here fast. And that would require me to spend 3 energy. Then I would have 3 reds and 3 purples, or oranges, I guess they are, not red. Destroying a town within 2. That one would be a little... So maybe I don't need to worry about playing 3 cards, because if I play this card, I only need 3 energy. Still only gets me 1 energy, but then it's 2 after that. Maybe... the 1 damage to each invader. Maybe I should save that for next turn, maybe when there's more invaders out on the board. And I'll get, if I play 3 cards, I'll get to do 3 things quick as fast powers. So that would be 1, and then 2 of these cards would then become fast. So I think, yeah, I'm gonna stick with that plan. So I'm gonna do this one. Within range 1 of my other presence, I can put more presence out, and I think I'm just gonna start creeping across the board. So I'll go here, where the Dahan and the Blight is. Start getting over towards things that might become an issue over here, and gain 3 energy. Okay, so I've done the growth on both sides. Now we gain energy. So here I'm getting 2. I didn't even think about looking at the cards I was going to play on this side at all. And the gain energy on this side is 1. And now I choose and pay for powers. So the plan that I had over here was I was going to play all 3 of these cards. And I'm going to break this down into ones so that I saw this as a thing to do, put the energy you're going to spend on them and then when you play the card, you can take it off to indicate that you've played it. I'm probably just gonna exhaust them to show that I've played them, because like the 0 cost ones, that doesn't really solve the problem of knowing if you've played it yet or not, because you don't have any energy on it. So now what am I actually going to do on this side? Because I can play, let's take a look at this board. I can play 2 cards. I've got 2 energy to spend, and this character is going to target me, and I can use 2 slow powers as if they were fast powers this turn. So push. I can push guys. Can I push enough things into the coast to get extra damage here? I could push up to 3 invaders or towns. Doing a lot of damage to this, or doing 2 damage to this city doesn't make a whole lot of sense right now because it has 3 hit points, right? Yeah, cities have 3 hit points and the damage doesn't stick between rounds. So I could gather the 2 invaders into one of these mountain spaces with wash away. Oh no, I'm not going to have enough energy to do that. What I was thinking about doing is pushing them into one, and then I've got this 1 damage card, which is enough to kill explorers. If you target yourself, gain 1 energy. So maybe I save this to do next turn, because doing a bunch of damage to guys seems good. You target yourself, gain 1 energy. You target another spirit, they gain 1 energy per power card they play this turn. I could gather Dahan if there are at least 2 Dahan, add a Dahan and gain an energy. So, but I feel like I should push some guys out of one of these mountain spaces so that they don't build. However, if I do let them build a town, next turn I could push them into the coast and then damage it enough to destroy the town and the explorer. Letting them build doesn't seem like a great idea, though. I could always do this growth to reclaim the cards next turn and play it again. Okay, this could be bad play, but this is what I'm going to do. Because I get to do both of these as fast cards because of what's happening over here. And this will cost me 1 of my energy. Okay, so I think that's what I'm going to do. So we go on to... I'm looking at the reference cards here. Spirit Phase is done. We go to fast powers. Because of the special rules for Lightning Swift Strike, these are all going to be fast powers. And I'm going to play this one first. So this is going to allow these two. I'm targeting this spirit. Both of these are going to be fast powers. Let's see. For every purple I have, I can. So for my special rules, this will be fast, and my innate power will be fast. And for my innate power, I do have 3 orange and 3 purple. So I can destroy a town. I'm going to destroy this town here that's in the mountains for that power. And I'm just going to mark like that, I guess, that I'm going to put this here to show that I've used it. And let's see. For this powers, it's 1 fear, so I'll move a fear down to there. That's also destroy a town within 2 of a sacred site. I don't have a sacred site that has a town right now within 2. But I did get a fear. Oh wait, I also get a fear from destroying that town using my innate power. So we've got 2 fear down here in the fear. Okay, so Harbingers of the Lightning. So this is within 1 range of where I have presence. I can target any land. I can push up to 2 Dahan. And 1 fear if you pushed any Dahan into a land with a town or a city. So I was going to target this land. That's within 1 range of where I have presence. Targeting this land, pushing 2 Dahan into here. Is that what I want to do? Or do I want to have these Dahan to maybe fight back if things happen? Because these mountains are going to go into ravaging next turn. I don't think I'm going to let a town build up there, though. Yeah, I'll just keep with that. So I did push Dahan into land with a city. So that generates a fear. All right. I think I've done everything on that side. And these were made fast by the card over here. So, actually, is this power cards? Target spirit may use up to 2 slow powers as if they were fast powers this turn. I'm actually going to change what I'm going to target as the fast powers on this side. I want to do this here. This innate power with, if I have 1 yellow and 2 blue, so I've got 1 yellow and 2 blue. I can push one explorer or one town. I have to target a land within one range of my sacred site. These wetlands count as a sacred site, so I'm going to target this land and push that guy there. So my innate power has been used. So now, the other fast power that I'm going to target with this card, it doesn't say target power, it doesn't say power card, it says powers. So I'm assuming that I can do this because innate power is still a power. So the other thing that I'm going to have become fast is this one, which is push up to 3. I guess I didn't show you guys which one I was moving. So what I did was I targeted this land here, because it's within one of my sacred site here, and push the guy over there. Okay, I'm going to spend for this wash away. I'm going to target this mountain here, and that one allows me to push up to 3 explorers or towns. And it has to be within one of where I have presence. I've got presence actually in that site specifically. I'm going to push these guys here into the wetlands. Okay, and that card is done. These have all been spent. So those are my fast powers. Now we go to the Invader Phase. I have no Blighted Island effect. I have no fear cards, because I've only got 3 fear down here so far. Ravage, there's no area that's being ravaged yet. Now we go to build. Okay, so build. Anywhere there's invaders on mountains. So we've got invaders here on mountains. There are fewer towns than cities. What's the wording on this? I know I'm adding a town, but I want to get the wording right. The Dahan, power and effects, gather and push, streamlining play. I went past it. Invaders. Presence in sacred sites. Whenever there are invaders in a specified type of land, they add either 1 city or 1 town. If the land has more towns than cities, add a city. Right, so there are not more towns than cities because there are no towns. We put a town there, and we put a town there. There's no invaders and no invaders. So that's the build step. Explore, so we flip this card over. And we got jungle. So let's go down and look at the map. Grab some explorers here. So this jungle up here, there are invaders in it or adjacent to it. This jungle here, it's by the coast and there are invaders adjacent to it. And this jungle here, there are invaders adjacent to it. And this jungle here, it's coast and there are invaders adjacent to it. That's the explore. And now we advance the invader cards. So next turn, they're going to ravage in the mountains. So if I don't do anything about it, this will be bad and this will be bad. Those lands will get blighted. But the Dahan will fight back there. And they will do 2 damage if they survive. 3 damage coming through. No, one of them will die. Yeah, so I need to try to do something about that there on the mountains. And there's going to be some building happening here. All right. That is the invader phase. So now we go to slow powers, and I still have this river's bounty here. I can target, I have to target a place where I have presence. So I think I'll target here. Yeah, I think I'll target here. I can gather the Dahan into there. Actually, I'm going to leave one there because we haven't seen sands yet, and I can gather from more than one spot. So I'm going to gather the 2 there. If there are now at least 2 there, I add 1 Dahan, and I gain an energy. So I'm adding energy. Time passes. What do we do in the time passes phase? Does that just move to the next round? Table of contents, time passes, page 10. Discard your power cards, damage and elements clear. Yeah, and if you're using reminder tokens, pick them up. Okay, so these go to my discard over here, and we go to the next spirit phase. So I've only got 1 card left on this side, which is Raging Storm. It costs 3 energy. I'm only going to get 1, and I have 1. So I might need to reclaim my cards. Because there isn't, I mean, I could add a presence and gain 3 energy to get this card back. Oops. So with Shatter Homesteads, but that has to be within 2 of a sacred site. I'm kind of wondering about this town up here. Although, if I get my cards back, or do I even need to get my cards back on this side? For 2 energy with Flash Floods, Flash Floods could take care of this spot here. I'm not too worried about the wetlands right now because it's not out here. Oh, but that's not, oh, that's not damage. It doesn't damage everything. For 2 damage, it just does 1 damage to something. And that the jungle over there gets out of control. I might want to get some more power cards, see if I can get anything interesting. So I'm going to reclaim cards on this side, gain a power card, and gain energy. So I'll get 1 energy, reclaim my cards, and take a minor power card. Did I shuffle these before I look at these? Don't remember if I shuffled these power decks or not. 2, 3, 4. All right, what did I get? Nature's Resilience, defend 6 within 1 of a sacred site. That's pretty good. It only costs 1 and it's fast. Dark and Tangled Woods. So what elements am I looking for? Hope I can move that. Yellow and blue. Uncanny Melting. Within 1 of a sacred site, if invaders are present, 1 fear. If the target land is sand or wetlands, remove a blight. Savage Maw Beasts. If within 1 of a sacred site. If target land is jungle or wetland, 1 fear and 1 damage. If I have 3 claw or 3 animal, it's also a damage. Dark and Tangled Woods, actually, it's 2 fear within 1 range. If target is mountain or jungle, defend 3. Would actually be a great card to play this turn on this spot right here, because they're going to Ravage there. That would defend it, and then the Dahan are going to do 4 damage back, and that would wipe those guys out. Nature's Resilience is defend 6. And if I have 2 blue elements, I can instead remove a blight. Defend 6 seems really good though, but fear is a win condition. And it's going to help me get fear cards. I think I'm going to take this Dark and Tangled Woods card. And I'm probably going to end up playing it on this turn. So on this side, I can't afford to play my only card that I've got, so I'm going to do the reclaim cards over here as well. So that's gain an energy, gain a power card, and reclaim cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Delusions of Danger. Push 1 explorer or 2 fear. So there's the fear win condition. Enticing Splendor has to be a place that does not have any blight as the target land. I can gather explorers or towns into there, or I could gather up Dahan. Quicken the Earth's Struggles. It has to be on a sacred site. 1 damage to each town or city, or defend 10. That's on a sacred site. I don't have a lot of invaders on sacred sites right now. Call to Bloodshed. There has to be a place where there are Dahan. 1 damage per Dahan, or gather 3 Dahan. I like this card, even though it's slow. If I play it in combination with a purple card, it could become fast. But the fear, pushing invaders and generating fear. If I use that in conjunction with Dahan, that I can push around with this one and cause damage, yeah, that seems too good of a combo. So I'm going to take Call to Bloodshed. Okay, so that was growth. Now gain energy. I've got 1 showing over here, and 2 showing over here. So I've got 5 energy. All right, pick cards. 5 energy, I can play 2 cards. I'm going to do this Dark and Tangled Woods to defend 3 in this spot here and generate 2 fear. What else? I could push people out of this jungle. It's going to create a city, so the city is going to blight the land because this is slow. I mean, it's going to create a city, and then next turn it would blight the land unless I did something about those guys there. Can I play the card on this side? I can play 3 cards. Can I make his slow powers go fast again? With only being able to play 2 cards, and playing this one, I'm not going to have the elements to do this innate power. If I want to play 3 cards, I can only play 3 cards over here. I've only got 3 power. I'd like to take care of this before they ravage it. So I would need to do 3 damage. I don't have enough to Han. I can't push. Man, I pushed those to Han the wrong way. Well, what could I do with 3 power? I could destroy the town with this card, and then that's my 3 power. And then with only an explorer there wouldn't be enough damage to actually blight the land. Is there Dahan that I should push somewhere using my Harbingers of Light card? I'm not going to have enough power to play either of these 2 cards because they cost power to play. I mean, I don't mind because I generate fear if I push Dahan into a place where there are towns or cities. So I could do this card first to generate the fear, then destroy the town. Actually, I don't need to. If I use this one, I don't need to play this card to destroy a town. So I could play these. I've got 2 purples, which would make both of these. Oh, I'd have to pick something else to be, if I want this to be fast, because getting 2 purple elements, I can only change 2 slow things into fast things. Those are going to be the cards I play. I'll figure out what I'm going to do with them when I go. So this card is going to defend that area. So I know I'm going to play that. And I can only play 1 more card. I can push those guys off of the jungle so they don't build the city. Probably seems like the best thing to do, just to prevent the escalation of them building. Okay, so we go on to the fast powers phase. I'm gonna play this card. He's gonna get to do 2 slow things as fast things. I have... Oh wait, I don't have the right stuff for this. Okay, I have to switch that. I counted that incorrectly. But playing this gets me the right stuff for that. I just don't have stuff within range to be able to use both of them. But something might get built up, so I'm not going to switch this into a fast power. I'm going to leave this innate power slow. So I'm just going to target these to be fast. Okay, so I'm going to do this one, spin this 2 power. It allows me to generate a fear. Move that down. And then I can destroy 1 town. So I'll destroy, I can destroy a town within 2 of a sacred site. I have a sacred site here. Destroy that town. Destroying a town causes a fear. And then I made this card fast as well. I can push, so I have to target 1 within 1 of my presence. Push 2 Dahan. Okay, I did that in backwards order. I said what I was going to do earlier, but I just did it in backwards order from what I said earlier. I was going to push this guy here when that town was still there to generate the fear of pushing a Dahan into a place where there's a town. I'm not going to count that as going backs because I said what I wanted to do earlier. Just did the cards in the wrong order. So those have all been played. Using this power, I targeted over here to make up to 2 things fast, but he only has 1 thing that I need to make fast. I'll just do this regular fast one first. Generates 2 fear. So, okay, so we've got 2 fear being generated, and a fear card then comes down because I've got all of the fear and move this back all up into the fear pool. What else does it do? So I have to target within 1 of my presence. I have presence here. I'm going to target this mountains here. It is a mountain, so it gets defend 3. And then I have made this one fast with that power. I can push up to 3 explorers or towns. I'm going to push these guys. I'm targeting here within 1 of my presence. I'm going to push them into here. Just in case I get something to damage them. So those are played. That's all my fast powers. I'm saving this to be slow. Yes, okay. So that's the end of the fast powers. Blighted Island, there's no effect. Fear. We grab this fear card. Can try to zoom in on this fear card here. We are in terror level 1. Each player removes 1 explorer from an inland land, so it cannot be next to the coast. 1 explorer from an inland land. So let's take this jungle, because go to the map. So I took him from this jungle. It's inland. It's not next to the coast. Does it have to be on their starting board, or can it just be from anywhere? It can be. It should just be able to be from anywhere, right? Well, I can't target there. I can't target there because that's next to the coast. That's next to the coast. Next to the coast. This is not next to the coast. And this is not next to the coast. I don't think I'm too worried about mountains because I've already seen mountains here in step 1. I haven't seen wetlands yet though, so I'm going to take this guy off. Okay, so that was fear. Now we go to Ravage in the mountains. This spot here, we've got a town and an explorer. That's 3 damage, right? Let me check my card. Town is 2, and explorer is 1. But I have the defend 3 from my power. So actually no damage is coming to the land, and no damage is going to the Dahan because of the defend. But then the Dahan get to fight back, is my understanding. And there's 4 damage, so 2 from each Dahan will take out this explorer and this town. We have a town destroyed, generates a fear. So I moved a fear down to the fear generation. Now over here, when they ravage, they do the damage, but it's not enough to blight, and then do the Dahan fight back, even though there's like actually nothing happening? Where is the Ravage step? I should just look in the table of contents. That would be the smart person thing to do. Player step, invaders, game concepts. Invader Phase is page 9. Ravage. When there are invaders in the shown lands, invaders deal 1 damage, or deal damage 1 per explorer, 2 per town, 3 per city. Reduce the total damage by any defend powers played. Then simultaneously, invaders damage the land and invaders fight the Dahan. If 2 or more damage is done, if 2 or more damage, every 2 points of damage destroys 1 Dahan. So I would actually, so 1 damage is done to the Dahan, so I have to turn it like on its side or flip it over to show that. Yeah, so they are getting damaged a little bit. The Dahan will fight back even if the ravaging invaders deal no damage, for example, due to defend powers. Okay, but they did do 1 damage. So now this Dahan is going to fight back and do 2 damage to this explorer, and he's gone. Right? I think that's how that works. It's not a town or anything, so it's not going to generate any additional fear. So that was the Ravage step. Now we go to build. And they're going to build in the jungle. So they're going to build, I can zoom in here. We've got jungle here where there's an explorer, and we've got jungle down here where there's an explorer. There's no cities, so we put a town in each of them. I think that's all that's going to happen there. Now we flip over and see where they're going to explore. And they're going to explore in the wetlands. So we've got some wetlands kind of getting a little out of control down here. And they're not going to explore over here because it's not next to the coast, and there's no invader presence. There's no invaders in any adjacent space, but they will explore here, and they have some stuff in that wetlands area there. All right, so now advance the invader cards, so that moves to the discard. They're going to ravage in the jungles next turn, and they're going to build in the wetlands. This wetlands here, I think mistakes might have been made. Too bad if I had that like defend 6 card that I chose not to take, might have helped. These cards, oh wait, no, I'm not to the discard stage yet because I haven't done my slow powers. So now slow powers. I left this slow power over here within 1 of where I have a sacred site because I have 3 orange elements and at least 2 purple. I can destroy a town. I've got a sacred site here. This town is within 1. It's destroyed. Generate a fear. Okay, that's slow powers. Now time passes. Clean up my 1-time markers. Undamage this Dahan. I think that's it. So we go discard cards. And now decide what growth I'm going to do for next turn. 1 damage to each invader, but this is the wrong guy. It's within 1 of... Actually 1, 2. I could add presence here. And then be within 1 to do quite a bit of damage here. I have no energy though. So that's not gonna help. I do have a card on this side that will allow the other player to get 1 energy per power card they've played. And I also have this Flash Floods. I've got 3 energy and I can play 2 cards. Who's gonna get ravaged? So this jungle here would get blighted if I don't do something about that town. The Dahan that are there, they wouldn't defend it, but they would fight back. One of them would get eliminated. One of them would be damaged. I mean, if I reclaim my cards, I could use this card again to defend this jungle from being ravaged, and then I wouldn't really have to worry about it. That Dahan's going to take care of that guy, though I'm not worried about that jungle. A city will get, or a town will get built here because I've got 1 explorer. I have 3 Dahan here. I think I'm going to reclaim my cards for growth. Again, I mean, it's not getting me... This is probably bad strategy because I'm not getting presence out on the board. But if I'm doing it and eliminating guys on the board, I mean, that's the point of the game, right? So I'm doing this growth here, which is reclaim card, which I've done. Gain a power card and gain an energy. So I get an energy. Should I go for a major power? If I do a major power, I have to lose a card. I'm gonna do another minor. Let's see what we get in the minor powers. Elemental Boon. Target spirit gains 3 different elements of their choice if you target another spirit, you also gain the chosen elements. We don't have anything that really crosses until later. Blue. Call of the Dahan Ways. It's a slow. Replace one invader, explorer person with one Dahan. If you have 2 gray elements, you may instead replace one town with a Dahan. I do have 2 gray elements, and I like both of those cards. That's actually the same 2 cards I played last turn. Land of Haunts and Embers. 2 fear. Push up to 2 explorers' towns. If target land has blight, plus 2 fear. Push up to 2 more. Add 1 blight. Ooh, so that's going to cascade the blight if you're targeting a land that has blight in it already. Cascading blight can get out of control. That's what it says in the books. And if you blight the books, the book. Purifying Flame, 1 damage per blight. If target land is mountain or sand, you may instead remove 1 blight. I mean, this Land of Haunts and Embers, it's just 2 straight up fear. It doesn't cost any energy, and I could use it to push guys. Oh, it adds blight no matter what. It's not adding blight just if the target land has blight. It adds blight no matter what. I don't know about that. Elemental Boon, I could send some flame over to this side and he could start destroying cities. I don't know. Maybe it's called the Dahan Ways. Then I'm replacing explorers with Dahan. That just seems good. Within 1 range of a place where there is Dahan. I've got a lot of Dahan on the board, so I'll take that. It is a slow power. Don't know that I'll be playing it right away. All right. What am I going to do for growth on this side? What do I have left in my hand? I've got Call to Bloodshed, which is within 1 range of where there's Dahan. I can do 1 damage per Dahan. It's a slow power. That just seems so good because this is like not referencing my presence at all. Just somewhere where there's Dahan. And I know it's a slow power. They're going to build a city here. But if I could play it in conjunction with a card that has a purple element on it, I could make it fast. And just wipe all that stuff out. Which means I need to reclaim my cards on this side also. I'm planning on defending that spot there. Too bad I don't have a bunch of Dahan I could put in there, because it's too far from my presence on this side. So all of this to say, I think I'm going to do this also again. Reclaim these cards. gain an energy, and 1, 2, 3, we'll look at power cards over here. Visions of Fiery Doom. 1 fear and push 1 explorer or town. If you have 2 orange plus 1 fear. That's good because orange is like my primary color. Sap the Strength of the Multitudes. Defend 5, but it has to be... wait a minute. No, I totally thought of this incorrect, I think. It has to be within range 1 of where I have presence. And the target land also has to have Dahan in it. Right? Yes, so it's not as good as I thought. Oh well, but I'm still going to do this because I've already drawn the power cards. It's not range from the target land, it's range from your presence. Yeah. Reaching Grasp. Target spirit gets +2 range with all their powers. Well, hey. 1, 2, 3. This would make it possible. And it's got purple on it. Rouse the Trees and Stones. 2 damage, push 1 explorer. I don't know though, this is just generating fear. It costs power though, and this one doesn't cost power. And it has purple. If you have 1 purple, increase this power's range by 1. I wonder if anybody knows this. So this Sap the Multitudes card, is that for every 1 purple I have, it increases its range by 1? So if I had 3 purple, could I do this? Would it increase the range by 3? This Reaching Grasp card is very situational just for the next turn, but this Visions of Fiery Doom is just, it's just going to be a fear generating machine for me. So I'm going to take that one. Okay, so I reclaimed my cards, I got my energy, and I got my power card from Growth. Now we have to choose and pay, or gain energy, so 2 over here, and only 1 still over here. So what was I going to do? I was going to play this one for sure. I can still only play 2 cards. And defend this spot here. And that's a fast power. Is there anything I can do about that space there? Maybe I can push them away, just like damage them. Or I could... So this is interesting. I could play Call of the Dahan Ways. I would have 2 gray, so then I could instead replace a town with a Dahan. They're going to build here. There's nothing they can do about it. They're going to build a town there. That's going to have defend 3. Can I do anything about that? If I replaced the town with a Dahan, I don't know, let's see how it goes. I keep wanting to play this Boon of Vigor to give Lightning Swift Strike more energy because he plays a lot of cards. But just have other plans. All right, I've only got 2 energy, but I can play 3 cards. And it'd be great if I could still play this. That gives me a purple, so I'm going to get the ability to make something fast. That would normally be slow. The problem is that I'm so far away now. Like everything's happening on this side of the board. I need to stretch out my presence next turn. I don't want them to be able to Ravage there. Visions of Fiery Doom for my... I have presence because the range is 0. I have presence in this wetlands. If I push them out, they won't be able to build there. I get 1 card left. Maybe I want them to build something there, though. If I let them build the... Yeah, I just don't have... I don't have enough presence on the board in order to do anything else. Because they're not going to be building any towns for me to destroy in any spots close enough to my sacred site. So I think I'll just hold on to these cards and only play 2. Is there any Dahan I want to push around? That's within 1 of where I have presence, where there's... Because it would generate fear if I pushed him into a place. I want to leave that Dahan there. So he will fight back and destroy that explorer. Those Dahan are too far away to push into where that city is. So no, I'm just going to hold on to it. I don't have enough energy. I'm wondering if long term it's better to play this Boon of Vigor card. This might be a mistake. but I'm going to play this Boon of Vigor so I can build up some energy on this side. So that's an energy, that's an energy, that's an energy, and I should probably buy a major power over here. Yep. Okay, so that was the choose and pay for powers. Go to the fast powers. I don't know why I'm putting them on this side. I'm going to do Boon of Vigor here. Oh wait, if I'm going to do that, I'll have more energy. But nothing's close enough. So I'll just store it up, I guess. 1 damage per Dahan within 1 of where I have presence. Maybe instead of pushing that guy, I just damage him. I could gather some Dahan. I'll just save the energy for a future turn. Yep. So Boon of Vigor, I'm targeting another spirit, 1 energy per card they played. It doesn't make, I mean, it makes more sense to max out my cards that I'm playing. This one is no energy cost, and I can just skip doing the power. But I'm going to play the card so that he builds up 3 energy. Okay, so that card is played. This card, Dark Entangled Woods. 2 fear. 1, 2. And target a land within 1 of where I have presence. I've got presence here. I'm targeting this land. The land gets defend 3. Those are both fast powers. Okay, on this side over here, I didn't even need to play this card. Okay. So lesson learned, that was dumb. Because I played, when I switched that out for the fast power, it changed the need to play this power. I'm not going to change it though. That's how you learn, by making mistakes, right? Visions of Fiery Doom is 1 fear. If I have 2 orange, it's +1 fear. And I've got plenty of orange, so that's 2 fear. Then I can push an Explorer or a I don't have the power. No, I do actually have the power. Oh, it's a learning game, right? After having said I wasn't going to change it, I am going to change it. I'm going to spin that 1 power on this card instead. Yep. I'm not a huge fan of takebacks, but it's a learning game. And you're trying to play 2 powers or 2 spirits. I probably should have played 1 for my first learning game, but I like trying to, you know, have the mental challenge of doing more than 1. Switching out what he was playing over here made it so that I didn't even need that card. That card was just a complete waste. And having a purple here, I can switch this to being fast. But I'm doing this card first. So here I can push 1 explorer. I'm going to push this explorer down there. Now I made this card fast with my special rule. What this card does is I can do 1 damage per Dahan. 1 range away from where I have presence, so this space is close enough. There's 1 Dahan there, I can do 1 damage and eliminate that explorer. Target land, there has to be Dahan in the target land. This card is not fast because I don't have any more purples to make things fast. Is that everything? I think so. This is going to be a problem over here, I think. But this board over here is getting pretty much under control. Having not taken care of that city, though, when more Explore stuff comes out, they might start expanding again over here. So that's all the fast powers. Now we go to Invader Phase. There's no Blighted Island card to worry about. I don't have a fear card to play. So now we go to Ravage. Here's 1 damage. Let's zoom in on the board. Here's 1 damage. So this Dahan is going to take a damage. But it's not enough to kill him. And it's not enough to blight the land. The Dahan will fight back. 2 damage, 1 to that explorer. He's gone. This jungle, there's nothing. This jungle, there's nothing. This jungle here. A town and an explorer causes 3 damage. But I put the defend from my card there of defend 3. So none of it goes through to the land or to the Dahan. The Dahan fight back. They can cause 4 damage. So we'll do 2 to the town and 1 to the explorer. With the destroyed town, we move a fear down. So that's Ravage. Now we build. Let's go back here. So we've got a city and 3 explorers in these wetlands. There are more cities than towns, so we build a town. Right? I think that's how that's worded. Now over here, or is it worded there's more towns than cities? I can't remember. But it is when there's, that's the scenario. I just can't remember the wording of that rule. Why can't I remember that? If the land has more towns than cities, add a city. In all other cases, add a town. Okay, so the land does not have more towns than cities, so we add a town. Here, there are more towns than cities, so we add a city. Okay, so that's build. Now we go to, this is our first level 2 card. Where are they going to explore? More jungle exploration. Okay, so this jungle's on the coast. This jungle, there's a city adjacent to it. And this jungle is a coast and they're adjacent, and this jungle, they're adjacent. So that's the Explorer. So now we advance these cards. Oh, this also has the like little flag thing on it, but I don't have to worry about that because I'm not playing with an adversary or a scenario, I think is what they're called. Okay. I think that's it for the Invader Phase. Now we go to slow powers. I don't have the right either presence or elements for this innate power. I can push Dahan within one. So this is cool. So this guy right here is within one of where I have presence. So I can target this land, push him into here. I push him into where there's a city, which is going to cause a fear, which is the 8th fear. So all of those go back up there, and a fear card moves down here. So that's the slow power. Time passes. We discard these cards. Cure this Dahan. No other damage out on the board. Is that everything? Oh, I have a one-time effect out here. That's what I was thinking of that I needed to gather up. And go to the next growth phase. I'm generally okay with presence on this side, other than maybe thinking about getting a power card and getting a major power, because I've got 5 energy on this side. So I'm going to do this growth to gain a power card, and I'm going to take a major power. So I will have to discard one of my other powers. Let's go zoom in just a little bit. Winds of Rust and Atrophy. 1 fear and defend 6 within 3 of where I have a sacred site, and it's fast. Replace 1 city with 1 town, or replace 1 town with 1 explorer. If you have 3 purple, 3 blue, and 2, I'm not going to have that. Repeat this power. That seems pretty good. Ooh, this is interesting. Vigor of the Breaking Dawn. It's fast. 2 damage per Dahan in target land. Look at this target land here. Would be 6 damage. So 3, 4, 5, 6. That would completely wipe all the invaders out from that space. Seems good. If I could also gather 6 energy, Talons of Lightning, 3 fear, 5 damage. Wow. I could also pay for that. If you have 3 orange and 3 purple, destroy 1 town in each adjacent land. Whoa, and increase the power's range to 3. Wow. Wrap in Wings of Sunlight. Cost of 3. Move up to 5 Dahan from target land to any land. Defend 5 in that land. I don't know. This one costs a lot of energy. I'm only generating 2 a turn. I mean, I have a lot right now because I haven't been spending a lot. This one actually has pretty decent range as well, a range of 2 from where I have presence. This one is also very specific on where you have to target it, but it does generate 3 fear. I mean, I also like this defend 6. Generates fear and it's defend 6. So then the Dahan would just naturally, since they're not getting damaged, would just naturally do their 2 damage back anyway. Could I possibly have the sun? No. This is actually a hard choice. I like 3 of these cards. This defense 6 also knocks down the cities to towns, and I have other powers like over here that I can use to destroy the towns. I don't have anything without leveling up my innate powers to destroy cities. This over here is going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. So that's going to blight that and just destroy those Dahan, even if I defended 6 there. It doesn't have to be a specific type of land either. I'm going to go with this Vigor of Breaking Dawn. But it's a major power, so I have to get rid of one of my other powers. Flash Flood seems okay because it's fast, but it is just 2 damage. I could also play that to do 2 damage over here. Get rid of that town. Or 2 of the explorers. I don't know what's better. Is getting rid of towns or explorers better? I guess I could push the explorers around. Maybe I think I'm going to get rid of River's Bounty. Although River's Bounty is like gathering up Dahan, which would play well with this Vigor of Breaking Dawn card. So does Call of the Dahans. It replaces an explorer with a Dahan. So, oh man, Flash Floods, probably not smart, but that's what I'm gonna do. I also get to add a presence. And I think I want to start marching towards getting more. I have a lot of very cheap cards. I want to start marching towards being able to play more cards. And this can be within 2 of where I already have presence. One, 2. If this land gets blighted because I can't take care of this city, that's going to be a bad thing, though. 1, 2. Move over to that side of the board. Okay, growth for this side. I've got 3 power. One damage to each invader. But it has to be within 1 of where I have presence. Can you put presence where there's already blight? If I can't, I've already screwed up over here. I just know that when you blight it, you can't put presence there. I'm going to do this growth here, and I'm going to go 1, 2 away from where I already have presence, and then you add a second one to make that a sacred site, which is going to get me 2 more power every turn. So now I'm just going to go straight into gaining energy, 2 on this side and 2 on this side. And now playing and paying for powers. I've got 5 total energy. I probably should start on this side to see if there's anything that's slow that I need to play fast. I can play 2 cards. I know I want to play this Vigor of the Breaking Dawn card, right? To do 6 damage in that space. I think this spot's just going to get ravaged, which means I'm going to lose my presence there. I don't think I can do 3 damage. Now, wait a minute, I could push. It's that city, though. That city is the problem, because it's just going to do 3 damage on its own. Because I have on this side, those are my discarded cards. I could destroy the town. I don't know what this fear card's going to do, too. 1 damage to each invader and destroy a town. If I push on this side, so I might not care if to destroy a town is slow. That would be 2 energy. I could target this spot and do 1 damage to each invader. That would take out the explorers, but I still then have, you know, 5 damage coming through. Because now having presence here, I'm close enough to do some things. I mean, I like the way this is interacting, where I have no clue what this fear card is going to do. Because what I'm debating on is if I should take care of those explorers or let the River Surges in Sunlight use cards as fast cards. It saves more energy if I let him do this card as a fast card. Because I could just push them, but then I'm kind of pushing them somewhere and making it a problem for later. Yeah, I'm just going to do damage against him. And because they both have purple icons, those will both be fast. So then in addition to this Vigor of the Breaking Dawn, which is going to cost me 3 energy, what do I do on this side? I can play one more card. That gives me the 1 yellow, but I'm not going to have the right other elements to get my innate power. This is his card. I could gather some Dahan to get ready for some attacking in the future. Push some guys around. I kind of like this one where I can replace explorers with Dahan, even though it's slow. Because you never know what's going to happen with that fear card, right? Okay, I've chosen and paid for the powers. Nothing to do on the Blighted Island. I've got a fear card. I have this fear token here to put on the Ravage as a little reminder, but then I keep forgetting to do it. Okay, let's see what this fear card is going to do. We're still in Terror level 1. Each player may push 1 explorer into a land with more towns and cities than the land it came from. Each player may. Okay. Sure. So the Dahan, I'm going to want to prevent some building here. Yeah, I'm going to push this guy into here. The Dahan will take care of him during the Ravage because the rest of that stuff's going to be destroyed. And I'm also going to push this guy into here because he will also get taken out. And they went into places that have more towns and cities than the land that they came from. Okay, so that's the fear card. Now we go to fast powers. I'm going to start on this side. Pay these 3 energy. And I have to target a land that has Dahan in it that's within 2 of where I have presence. I have presence here. 2 damage per Dahan in the target land. I've got 3 Dahan, which is 6 damage. So I'm going to do 3 to that city. Destroying a city causes 2 fear. I'm going to do... So that's 3 damage to that city, right? 2 damage to that town to destroy it. That causes a fear. I've got 1 damage left. 1 to that explorer. Fast power done. On this side, these have purple on them. I can have both of these be fast. I'm going to do 1 damage to each invader within 1 of where I have presence. Got presence here. I'm choosing this land here. All 4 of these invaders get a damage. And just to show it, we knock that town over and we knock this city over, they have been damaged once. Okay, and now this one's made fast. Cause a fear, and then destroy one town. And this is within 2 of where I have a sacred site. So I have a sacred site here. I'll destroy this town, causing another fear. That's all my fast powers. Oh, you know what? I screwed that up. I shouldn't have done the fear card until after I did the fast powers. So that guy would still be there, and that guy would still be there. So that was a mistake. So then after the fast powers have gone, now I would do the fear card. I still want to push this guy into here because when we get to the Ravage, that's going to take care of him. And, oh, but now there's not more cities and towns than the land that they came from. So I still want to get guys out of the jungle. So I'll do this and that, I guess. I did that out of order. So ravaging here, they're going to blight the land. When a blight happens, my presence is destroyed off the board. This Dahan is also killed by the damage that they do. And there's no guys in any of the other places to ravage. So now build a town here and a town here, and see where they explore. Ugh, coastal lands, and because it's next to the coast, they're just going to add everywhere. So this is going to add a lot of guys, or a lot of stuff to think about for next turn on where these two guys are tangled. As to where they are going to be building. Don't like that. Advance the invader cards. Slow powers. I have a slow power here. Replace one explorer with one Dahan. So it looks like they'll ravage here. Those Dahan will take care of that guy. This is a problem. It has to be within 1 of where I have presence. We haven't seen the sand card, any sand cards come out yet, as far as what the invaders are doing. So where can I prevent? Oh wait, no, they'll build here next turn. If I get my cards back, I could put the defend 3 there. To prevent them from building, I think I'm going to turn that guy into a Dahan. So that's my slow powers. We go to time passes, so we discard cards. Damage things, stand back up. And we go to the next growth phase. I have no power, or I mean no energy on this side, and only one card. Pretty simple on this side then. I think I'll gain, or I'll reclaim cards, which is going to get me 1 energy. And I gain a power card. Do I take a... I don't have a major power on this side yet. I can play 3 cards, and I usually don't have a lot of energy, so I'm just going to take another minor power. Then I'll take a major power. It's going to have to be a cheap one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Blazing Renewal is expensive. Tsunami is expensive. Dissolve the Bond. And so this one has purple on it. Mist of Oblivion. 1 fear per town or city this power destroys to a maximum of 4. 1 damage to each invader. For 2 grays, 3 purple, and 2 blue. Could be a little hard to do. Dissolve the bonds of kinship. Replace 1 city with 2 explorers. Replace 1 town with 1 explorer. Replace 1 Dahan with 1 explorer. Push all explorers from target land to as many different lands as possible. So that's kind of interesting, and it has orange on it, but no purple. So these are expensive. Tsunami, 2 fear, 8 damage, destroy 2 Dahan. So that's kind of a bummer. You can just target a place that doesn't have Dahan, though. 5 cost, Blazing Renewal. Target spirit adds 2 of their destroyed presence to a single land, up to 2 from your presence. If any presence was added, 2 damage to each town and city in that land. It's so expensive, though. These cards are so expensive. And I have to get rid of a card. Blazing Renewal is so situational. I mean, if more Blight starts coming out, we're going to start losing more presence. I think I'll take Tsunami. We'll see if I ever get to play it. I have to lose a card because I took a major power. I think it's going to have to be this Harbingers of Lightning, even though it's free. I don't know about this Raging Storm. It's 1 damage to each invader. I think I need a lot of damage cards in order to make this good because it wipes out a lot of explorers, but the towns and the cities, I don't know. This could be bad play and not knowing the game enough, but I'm gonna get rid of that card because it's so expensive. After having just bought a 6-cost card, I say that card's so expensive. Okay, what am I going to do for growth on this side? I've got 3 energy and cards that only cost 1 total. How many major? Do I have 1 major power? Yes. Is there one? That's my current hand. Is there a power that I think I could give up? So I'm thinking about reclaiming my cards, but then I get to... Where are they going to ravage? Within one of where I have presence. It's too far away. I could push those guys out of there. So if I go through and add presence, I could gain a power card and add presence. Is Gathering Dahan going to do anything for me? They're going to ravage there. They won't be able to do anything there. And they're going to ravage there. They're also going to build here. Unless I push them all out of there, because it's a coastal land. They're going to build here as well, but that's after they ravage. They won't build there because the Dahan will kill them. So pushing them out of here seems good, but I need to get closer. Yes, so I'm going to do this growth. I'll add a presence, 2 away, and I want to be able to play more cards. So I'm going to take this and go 1, 2. So now I've got, actually I think I'll add presence here because that makes it a sacred site. And it's still close enough to push those guys out of there. I'm going to push them this way so they're not in the coast. And I get to gain a power card. So getting this power card might change my mind as well. I'm going to take a minor power. 2, 3, 4. Lure of the Unknown is gathering people. Gift of Consistency. Target spirit gains 2 energy. At end of turn, target spirit may reclaim 1 power card instead of discarding it. If you target another spirit, you may also reclaim 1 power card instead of discarding it. That seems cool. Call to Isolation is pushing explorers and towns per Dahan. That's good too. Voracious Growth. 2 damage or remove 1 blight, and it has to be jungles or wetlands. I like this Call of Isolation, and it's a yellow card. Gift of Consistency seems good too, because it's getting energy. But this Call to Isolation is going to help in the moment. I'll be able to get basically away from those coastal lands, which is where stuff is going to be happening this turn. And now I can play 3 cards, so I can play all 3 of these cards. Okay, so I've done growth on both sides. Gain energy is 2 on both sides. So I'm going to be playing all 3 of these cards. Oh, you know what? This one is slow. So I'm gonna need him to play his card that's gonna make me go fast, or it's not gonna help. Do I get to do 2 yellow and 2 blue? Yes, I can also do the push for my innate power. One more blue, and I'd be able to do 2 damage in addition to pushing a lot more guys around. So I'm going to need to play this that lets me do things quickly. I don't have enough energy for that. I can play 3 cards. If I play this along with it, I'll have enough orange to generate 2 more fear. And I've got a purple that I could make this one fast. Maybe I don't need to worry about making this fast, because I do have this Call to Bloodshed card. 1 damage per Dahan. Just take that city out within 1 of where I have presence. Within 1. Or I could just take that guy out, and then there'll be no building over here. Or do I create fear? And destroy a town. Destroying a town also generates fear. Yeah. I could destroy 2 towns. This town is within 2 of a sacred site. And then I can destroy that town with my innate power. Because I've got 2 purples, I can make 2 things fast. Okay, I like this plan. That's going to cost me those 2 energy. Now we'll see if I have thought through this correctly. Okay, fast powers. This fast power first, making his powers fast. Visions of a Fiery Doom. Generates 1 fear. Did I have enough energy to pay for this stuff? Did I take the energy off this card already? Crap. I don't think I did. I don't know if I can pay for this. Yeah, I don't think I did that correctly. Yeah, let me walk this back. Take that fear up. I think I only had 3 energy, right? I got 1 from here and 2 from there. So what can I do? I've got 1 purple that I can turn a card into a fast card. I think actually being able to pay this, to play this, I mean, is better. And then this costs 0. I think this is what I have to do. So I've got enough purple to make all 3 of these things fast. Okay, so pay that 2 energy, generate 1 fear, destroy 1 town within 2 of a sacred site. So this town over here is within 2 of this sacred site. I'm destroying that town, generates a fear. Making this fast. Well, let me do this first. I've got 3 orange and 2 purple, making my innate power fast. Within 1 of a sacred site, I can destroy a town. I'll destroy this town here. Within 1 of this sacred site, generates another fear. So that makes my generated fear full. So this fear card moves down the terror level. Now I just need to eliminate all the cities and towns. So now there's just, right, as of this moment, the 2 cities I need to worry about. Okay, so that was my innate power used. Now here, if I push a Dahan within 1 of my presence into a place where there's city or towns, I'll target here and push this Dahan into there. He's just gonna get killed. Maybe I can next turn try to do the damage thing. Yeah, I'm gonna do that just to set up, because right now he's not gonna get hurt. He'll survive. So I pushed a Dahan to a place where there was a city, causes a fear. Now over here, I played the card to make all of this stuff, or not all this stuff, but these 2 things fast. With Wash Away, I can push up to 3 guys within 1 of where I have presence. So I wanted to target here and push these guys away from the coast and away from the jungle so they don't ravage there. They don't have any Dahan to protect it. Is that what I want to do? Let me think about this for a second. Because I could also... Oh no, I have to have presence in the place where I'm gathering them. Yeah. Let's see. What was I going to do about that spot? Oh. Call to isolation is push 1 explorer or town per Dahan within 1 of where I have presence. So they're still going to build there. I think for some reason in my head I thought I was going to be able to push that city out of there. And that's it. Now I could I don't know if that's actually what I want to do with that card now. They're going to build there anyway, right? So I'm thinking about using this actually to push a Dahan. Just so they're not spreading out from over here. Maybe I do that. Then I'm going to gather again into here, and I can create another Dahan and get an energy. I can also push an Explorer, but this is a slow speed. So let's do the Invader Phase. Nothing for the Blighted Island. Now let's see what the Fear card is. And I put that Fear card right on top of that Fear token again, and still forgot to put it on the Ravage thing. And now we're in Terror level 2. So Terror level 2 says, each player removes 2 Explorers or 1 town from a land with Dahan. What do you know? That player will choose that one, because there's no towns to remove yet, and this player will choose this one because there's a Dahan there. Wow, those were good, admittedly lucky choices that I made related to that Fear card coming out. So now we go to Ravage. Let's go here. It's going to do 1 damage, so this Dahan will get hurt. Let me see if I can zoom in. This Dahan got hurt, then the Dahan's going to fight back and eliminate the Explorer. Same thing in this jungle. This 1 Dahan will get hurt. Nothing happens to the land. Fight back. The Explorer is taken care of. And nothing in those jungles. Now we go to build. And it's all the coastal lands where there are people. Which is that, basically. Getting pretty close to, well, now I have to see what this Explorer card is, because there's probably going to be, there's not a whole lot of places for them to explore out from, though, which is good. Okay, so let's go to Explore. And there we go. They're going to explore the sands, finally. So let's grab some Explorers here. Yeah, so there's guys there. There's guys there. Yeah, they have guys there, so they'll explore there and there. Finally moving out to the desert. They're like, we keep getting killed in all these other places. Let's move out into the desert. All right. Advance the Invader cards. So I still have my slow innate power here, where I can push an Explorer or a town. They're going to Ravage in the coastal lands. It has to be within 1 of where I have a sacred site. Shoot. So it has to be within 1 of that. So the only Explorers or towns that I could push, I guess I'll push these guys here, maybe into this spot where I have a bunch of Dahan. Is that the right thing to do? It's the only town I could move. It's just deciding where do I want to move it to. In the wetlands right now, I probably should move it into the jungle because the jungle for cards 2, for section 2 here have already come out. So this is either a mountain or a wetland card. But if it is the wetlands, all those Dahan, if I could get those Dahan to do damage to it, I'm just going to say that's it. That's where it's going. Okay, discard. I got to reclaim cards over here because I don't have any cards left in my hand for my growth. Anybody damaged? Yeah, there were some Dahan that were damaged. Okay, going to growth. So I know I'm going to reclaim cards and gain an energy, and we'll get a power card. Let's take a major power card. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 1, 2, 3 towns and 1, 2 cities to try to get rid of. Okay, the land thrashes in furious pain. 2 damage per blight in target land, plus 1 damage per blight in adjacent lands. That's good. That would be 3 damage in this spot, which would take care of this city. For a cost of 4 power. 5 power here, 4 damage, remove 1 blight. And it has to be within 1 of a wetlands where I have presence. So that's actually, and that costs more. Whoa, if I have 4 blue plus 10 damage, that's insane. Entwined Power is a fast card. You and target spirit may use each other's presence to target powers. That seems okay, but maybe not right now. Target spirit gains 3 energy. Once this turn, target may repeat a power card by paying its cost again. Wow, that seems good also. This blight one is very situational because there's not a whole lot of blight out on the board right now. But this cleansing floods is just straight up 4 damage, and I can remove a blight. I'm going to take this one. Now I need to get rid of a card. I've already got this push 3 explorers, and this one there has to be Dahan. Maybe I'm done with River's Bounty. I'm just gonna get rid of River's Bounty. Growth on this side. I've got no energy. I can get 5 energy. If I add presence to the board and do the plus 3 energy, still have 5. But I still then I would only have 2 cards to play. But Call to Bloodshed. 1 damage per Dahan. Here would get rid of this city. Oh, but it'd be slow. Oh, I don't have any purple. I think I have to reclaim my cards to get my purple elements back. Yeah. So reclaim cards. Man, I'm not getting enough energy on this side. And get a minor power. Major powers were too expensive last time. Drought. Destroy 3 towns. 1 damage to each town or city. Add a blight. Maybe I don't care about adding Blight there. Call to Migrate is Gathering Dahan. If target land has your presence, 1 fear and 1 damage. If target land is sands or wetland, 1 damage. Defend 1. If target land is jungles or sand, defend 4. And I only need to get rid of the cities and the towns. What was I going to do? 4 damage, remove a blight with Cleansing Flood. It does not, this one does not have my presence though. Oh, but it doesn't have to have my presence for the bottom part. It just doesn't create fear. Defend 1. Just this, wow, just but destroy 3. You may destroy 1 city, so this is also orange. Can I get to 4 orange and 3 purple with only 3 energy? Let's take a look at this, because with 3 energy I can destroy a city. Oh, but it has to be within 1 of a sacred site, and that city's not within 1, but this city's within 1 of a sacred site. I'm only going to have 3 energy to spend. And I can play 3 cards. I'm not going to be able to get to 4 energy with only 3 cards. I think I'm going to try to wipe this out here. And that will be Pull Beneath the Earth. It is a slow card. Okay, so gain energy, getting 2 for that. 2 for that. So I don't want to play that. I can play 3 cards. I'm not going to make the same mistake I made last time. I might need to play this, I'm not sure yet. Call to Bloodshed to destroy that city up there. So this is my tentative turn. Not enough purple being played though. To make things fast. Not enough purple. I can generate fear and push the town around. So let's see if that might be my turn. Possibly. I mean, but this is my only purple card that I've got out here right now, which would be making this one fast. The rest of these are slow. Yes, I need him to play that, so I can play this, and I can play 3 cards on this side now, but this costs 5. So that leaves me with 3 energy, and I can play 2 more cards. And I got 1 more that I can convert into fast. If I can get another moon card played, I could turn a town into a Dahan. Okay, I'm happy where this turn is going. So that is choosing and paying for powers. Blighted Island, nothing to play. No fear card to play. I gotta do the fast powers first. I almost skipped to that again. So yeah, let's start on this side. So with my having the purple element, all these cards are gonna be fast. Using this, his innate power is not gonna trigger, and neither is the innate power on this side. But using this card, targeting over here, making these two cards here. Oh shoot, sorry. Man, I've been zoomed in that whole time on the island. Sorry. So I'll show you the cards that I've chosen. I chose Lightning's Boon, targeting over here. So these two cards here are gonna be fast. And I've got one purple power, which is gonna convert this slow power into a fast power. So what am I gonna do here? I've got Pull Beneath the Hungry Earth. Within one range of where I have presence, if target land is sands or wetlands, do 1 damage. I'm going to damage this little town. Simple enough. Paid for, used. This is all simultaneous, right? I think I can do this simultaneous, so swap back and forth. Over here, I'm going to use this power here within one of a wetlands where I have presence. And I've converted this to be fast using the other guy's power. 4 damage and remove 1 blight. So I'm targeting here to do 4 damage. 3 to the city. Causes 2 fear, so I'm moving fear over. That used up 3. Then 1 damage to this town that already had 1 damage on it. Destroys it, causing another fear. And I can remove this blight. So all of that energy spent on that major power. A lot of energy, but pretty effective. So because I'm in terror level 2, I just need to worry about this town, and this city, if I can get rid of these things before the next build phase happens. And they're actually going to ravage here. And they're going to do 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. So if I can push some of those guys out and mitigate some of that damage, I might be able to have those Dahan take care of what's left. Yeah, so with this Dark and Tangled Wood card, I'm generating 2 fear. And I'm going to target a place to have defend 3. It has to be within 1 of where I have presence. I have presence here. I'm going to defend 3 right there. Okay. Now here, call the Dahans. I did end up with 2 moon. So I can instead replace a town with a Dahan within 1 of where, but there has to already be Dahan there. It says I may instead, but what I actually want to do is I want to replace this explorer with a Dahan. So when they ravage there, those Dahan are going to fight back. Then this Visions of a Fiery Doom generates a fear, and I can push an explorer or a town. Oh, but I have to have presence there. Okay, I'm changing my mind then on what I did over here. I am going to change this town into a Dahan instead. So that explorer is still alive. We're still good because they're going to do 4 damage. This town is still going to be on the board though. Because I have to push from a place that I have presence. I have presence here. No, I don't want them. Oh, I have defend 3 there, right? So that's fine. I'll push that guy there. I do have 2 orange, so I get an additional fear. So that makes all the fear full. I'll push the fear up and move the fear card down. And now that the game's almost over, I will not forget to put my fear reminder token over there. I don't have enough for innate power here, and I don't have the right stuff for innate power here. Okay, fast power is done. This game is very brain burny. It's great though. I'm really having a good time with it. So much to think about, and these are the easy spirits to play with. Okay, now Invader Phase, Blighted Island. There's no card there. Do anything with. Now you do have a fear card though. So let's check out the fear card. I'm going to zoom back in and bring it up over here. We're on Terror level 2. Each player chooses a different land. In chosen lands, gather up to 2 Dahan, then 1 damage if Dahan are present. Each player chooses a different land. Gather up to 2 Dahan, then 1 damage if Dahan are present. Too bad it has to be different lands because this stupid town surviving. I'll choose this land to gather a Dahan into to get rid of that guy. And I will choose this land to gather up to 2 Dahan and get rid of that guy. Man, if it was only 2 damage, I would have gathered into here and got rid of that. So that was the fear card. Now we go to Ravage, and they're going to ravage on the coastal lands. And I'll zoom right back in here. There's no invaders to ravage on this coast. If we go to this coast over here, we'll start here. I've got defend 3, so their 2 damage is blocked. Now my Dahan fight back and eliminate those 2 explorers. Now here, we've got 4 damage coming in, which does blight the land. I don't have any presence or anything there. The 4 damage coming in does kill 2 Dahan as well. So 2 of the Dahan are gone. But now the remaining Dahan are going to fight back and do 4 damage of their own, eliminating this city and eliminating this explorer. A city was eliminated. So we're going to pop 2 fear down here. All right, if we take a look at this board, there's 1 town left and 2 explorers over here. They are about to build a town though. Because we go to, so that was Ravage. Now we go to build. There are no guys over here in any of these sands, but we've got guys in that sand there. So they're going to build a town. So now we've just got 2 towns that we've got to take care of. Let's see where they're going to explore. They want to explore in the wetlands. So they're going to explore here, here, and here. Okay, next turn. Let's get my defense token back. We have very low energy. If we can get some fast powers played, so I need to think about what I want to do for growth. Shatter Homesteads is going to happen. I can make it fast because it's purple and it just destroys a town, and I only need 2 energy to play it, which I'm going to get from this. Is there something I want to play for 3 energy? It needs to be within 2 of a sacred site. Sacred site, 1, 2. And then my innate power, I can also make fast. Yeah, so he's going to be able to win the game, but I need to get more energy. So this is going to be his growth. So I add a presence within 1. Just make this a sacred site for fun. And he gets 3 energy because I've chosen that growth option for him. And he's going to win the game, so let's just spread some presence around for fun. We'll do the double add presence. We'll go back here to make that a sacred site because it needs to be within 1 of where I've already got presence. And let's spread up that way. So that was growth. Now choose and pay or gain energy. His track shows 2. Over here, the track shows 3. So he's got 4 money to pay for stuff, and he can play 3 cards. Sure. I'm just going to pick all 3 of these because it's not going to matter whatsoever. 2 of them are free, and they're all fast. We'll have fun things to do with those. And I can play 3 cards over here, and it's going to be these 3 cards. I only need 2 of them to become fast. No, I only need 1 of them to become fast, and with the purple icon I'll make my innate power fast. That's what I was thinking about. I got to be able to pay for them to get the elements off of all of them. Okay, so now let's go down. I'll go down to his board so you can see what he's going to do. I've got the 3 orange symbols and 2 purple symbols I need to unlock this innate power. With both of these purple symbols, I'm going to make this fast. So I'll just do it now. What it says is 1 fear, which I'll move over here, and destroy a town within 2 of a sacred site. So this town here is within 2 of one of my sacred sites. Town destroyed, fear generated. Then making my innate power fast with this purple icon, I can destroy a town within 1 of a sacred site. This town is on a sacred site. Destroy that town, generate a fear. And now if we look at the map, the only invaders that I have are explorers. Just explorers. And then I'm at terror level 2, so my victory condition is no cities, no towns. No cities or no towns. Game over. Well, 2.5 hours in. Sorry about that time where I was zoomed in. I had zoomed in on the map for probably 5 minutes or so, maybe even more than that. I think even though I had to walk some stuff back, I think I got the rules pretty much down with these basic guys. There is a lot to think about when you're playing more than one spirit. When I try out the other spirits, I might try them out with just one and one board. But these guys definitely had things that if I didn't have the other player to, you know, benefit or help out, it wouldn't make any sense. Like this guy's power that made the my other spirit stuff fast was amazing. Being able to make his own slow stuff fast was also amazing. So I didn't have to worry about slow powers a whole lot in this first game, which is probably going to change a lot of the thinking, because you got to think about what's the state of the board going to look like after they ravage, after they build, after they explore. Yeah, and even though I was generating some fear, there were still quite a few fear cards left. So getting to the fear victory condition, there were 5 cards left. So 4 times 8, 32 plus 3. I would have needed to generate 35 more fear in order to get to that victory condition. Okay, like I said at the beginning, anything that you noticed that I missed, or any strategy or tips or anything you can give me on Spirit Island, I really like this game. I can't believe it took me this long to actually buy it and play it, because I know it's an extremely popular game in the board game community, and I think it's pretty popular in the solo gaming community as well. So leave me comments down below if you liked the video. Also, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and yeah, let me know. Leave me comments if you want to see any other spirits that you want to see me play on the channel. Put that down there as well. And I don't know anything about the expansions, so if you want to leave some comments down below about telling me what the expansions are like, what they add to the game, that'd be good to know too. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.